So just find the tail of the snake. Spread that part there. It would come to a point at the end, and then work your way up the length of the tail. Making sure that the edges of the paper are against each other in the back and everything is flat. If it gets uncomfortable here, you can use a shaping tool. To help make it look nicer, like that. Take your time with these and make sure they spread down evenly. Some of them will cooperate more than others. And one last one here, which is a little more difficult because you're coming to the base of this flap. Okay, and now you're going to fold diagonally like that, so you can press this flap down like this in the back, and then bring the two layers together. With a mounted fold along the triangles you just made, it kind of helps to make the snakes look like more like they have scales. When we wrap these around, one of the snake tails is going to begin around the front, and the other one you're going to turn and actually begin that one going behind. Like this. Okay. They both have the mountain fold pointed up, but they begin that way. And at first you want to do this, just start to wrap them, don't fold anything down too permanently. Just get them moving in that direction, okay? And later you'll be able to position them because there is a certain place that they need to stop at, which is kind of right about here. You want the first snake to come around 1, and then you want to see the second snake 2, the first snake 3, and then the second snake 4, just the tail. And you want enough on that so that it comes to the center, and then you have just a little bit more to curl out like that. Okay. The heads of the snakes. Maybe easier to start by pointing these down. So these posts in the back, you can either lie these flat against the top of the model if you don't want to see them, or what they're for is to, when you're shaping the model with paper stiffener, point them at this angle so that the model stands up when it's on a flat surface, and it's propped up kind of like a picture frame. So just take these and you can kind of start to angle them back if that's more comfortable as you work on this next part. These snakes, you want to get a diagonal crease right here, then fold them toward you, and then curl them right about here, turn them in like this, so that the noses don't quite touch of the snakes. Okay, so they're going to be folded in like that. And you also want to open up the mouth of the snakes like this. Press in. Press down like that to look like the mouth is open. And you can do that to varying degrees depending on how you want them to look. And then take your time take your time shaping the head of the snake, rounding it out like this, flattening out the mouth. Maybe do a little bit of work like this so that it looks more snake-like, but generically you just want to have it turn right about there so that when the snakes are facing each other, their heads come to right about there on the paper. Setting up the wings is an important part. Right now they're positioned like this. You're going to kind of turn so that the underside of the paper shows up here. And what you're going to do is alter these creases going out to the edge. So they're going to start here. Everything is going to be layered like this. We're going to spread these out. We're going to fan these out. So push this first layer. You see the primary color is going to run along the top, the silver color, all the way to right like there. Okay. And then you continue on kind of, they're together here, but then you spread them out to right about there. Not the very end like that, but right about like that. And you just keep fanning them out like this carefully. Till it looks like this on both sides. Like this. Change that angle so that it gets pointed pretty much right in the corner on this top one. But then the next, all the rest of the fans, they come to right about like there. Okay. Like maybe a fourth or a fifth the distance, the length of a pleat at the end. We'll use that small little hitch later to make the wings look a little more feathered. Try to get both wings even sizes, or even fanned out, evenly fanned out, because that'll help to make the wings the same size. Okay, so now everything kind of looks like this, and then we kind of twist the wings up like this. Okay, alright, so angle this so that the secondary color is toward you. Find the second and valley fold that, and then the third, and start to mount and fold that. Like this. Okay, so you've just created one extra kind of pleat running along like there. Okay, you may need to kind of work these a little bit to get it to look the way you want it to. And now from this new folded corner here, kind of at 90 degrees to this angle approximately, make a mountain fold. It kind of ends up being near where this natural crease is in the pleats. Okay. Don't make anything too firm yet, so that way you can change it a little bit if you need to. And then bring this folded edge to this folded edge. Bisect this angle through all the layers of the paper. Okay. And I've made mine too shallow. It doesn't come in close enough, so I need to figure out what I've done. Maybe all of these need to be spread apart a little bit more for this to work. This is really kind of an advanced origami technique of making wings, so it might take a little bit to get this all to shape right, but when it does, it looks really nice. But you have to work at it because this is all secondary folding through layers and things like that. You're trying to get this edge to lie close to here, so it needs to be longer. But you still want there to be a little bit of space here. So maybe even make it bulge out a little bit like that. Okay. And then it should start to get closer like that. Okay. Once it's about there, that's pretty good. Alright. And then you don't need to have it done yet, but I just wanted to show you that when you are shaping the paper with CMC or whatever paper stiffener you're using, that this layer of paper that's the primary color is going to wrap over that end of the paper there. Okay. Just work at this until it looks really nice the way you want it to. And then you want to repeat that on the other side. With the edges of these wings, you're going to take the paper and make an angled crease right here. Mountain fold from this corner, kind of just a little bit angled like this, and then in the back you kind of hinge this down like this. Okay. Just keep doing that along all of these points. So you get it to about there, and then in the back you hinge this forward so that the raw edge matches the folded edge here, and then this is what it's looking like in the back. like that. Ah, there we go, like that. Just keep doing that all the way around, along that. Now the staff should be more like rounded off, like this, and then we have this bit of paper in the back. It just gets pushed in with all these other layers like it's a part of the staff. Okay, so you want to find this layer in the back and do a spread like you did on the tails of the snakes. Okay, and just fold them in half and then kind of roll this paper over that. And just kind of roll the ends over it at the end of here. Okay, and then you're just rounding off the staff part of this Caduceus. You don't really need it to be tight, but you want it to be like a half circle, like a semicircle, just, you know, like this. Make it look a little better than if it was flat. It's a little more tricky where all the layers are here, but you can do some shaping like that here too. Okay. Especially when it's drying, when you're shaping it, you can do things to get the staff to look rounded all the way up. Okay. This part here is important, needs to be rounded off at the top. So you're going to come in between the layers and find the middle part, like here and there, and kind of try to open this up, reach in behind and use something to prop this open so that it becomes a box pretty much at the top. Pushing that layer toward you like that. Okay. And now it's going to be a diagonal crease here and here, kind of like a grocery bag. And the same thing on the other side. Here and here. Okay. And then this element gets folded down like this. And then it's a matter of rounding it off. So come in, find the layers, open them up a bit, and just sink part of the corner down. To round it off. And again on the top. Push just the tip of that in. Not a lot, but just a little bit to shape this rounded circle. Okay, that looks a little better. Just try to get it smooth looking and don't overfold that part. Just round off the edges a little bit to make it look nice. Okay, and that's really all of the shaping there is to this before you add your CMC. And I'll show you the technique that you want to use while it's drying, and some ways you can hold the parts together so that it dries well. Alright, I'll see you in the next video segment when we'll finish up Caduceus by adding our paper stiffener. Okay. Looking good. We'll see you in the next video, everyone. Bye for now.